This is News 14 Carolina Meteorologist Matthew East, and this is Friday and weekend edition of the Skiers Forecast video. And of course, what everyone is talking about is the storm system for the early part of next week, and I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about that as we go through this video. This morning, things are relatively quiet, and the weekend forecast is pretty simple. It's going to be very nice in terms of the weather as well as the skiing conditions. The radar this morning showing you some rain down in Florida. That's with the frontal boundary that pressed through here a couple of days ago. And we do have a little upper level disturbance that's going to pivot through and bring some snow showers today. I'll show you that in just a second. Temperatures this morning, everyone below freezing. And the snow guns on in many ski resort areas. And notice another push of some colder air moving in, and that's going to be dropping our way. A little reinforcing shot of some chilly air moving in over the next couple of days. Now for today, I think we will see some snow showers in the mountains, really anywhere from North Carolina mountains on up through the Virginias and Maryland. Accumulations where they do occur in North Carolina will be very light, but you get up into the Virginias and western Maryland, and there'll be probably a few inches of snow accumulation today into this evening with those snow showers. So that's 1 o'clock this afternoon. There's 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, a very quiet, chilly day on the way. Beautiful weekend weather coming up, a lot of sunshine tomorrow and a lot of sunshine coming up for Sunday as well. So the weather fantastic this weekend. Now, a lot of different model data I'm going to show you here. Let's start off with the GFS for our storm system next week. And let me say, I think while some people have thrown out comparisons to March of '93, the superstorm, in terms of the track of this system, I think any comparison comparing this upcoming storm with March of '93 in terms of intensity is completely off base. This is not going to be anywhere near the strength of that incredible storm back in March of '93. People hear that, and of course you think of just the tremendous snow event that unfolded, and this is not going to be anywhere near that range, I don't believe. Will be a pretty strong low pressure area. It should bring us some nice snow in the mountains, but you have to remember that March of '93 was called the storm of the century for a reason. You just don't get those storms all the time. And I don't think this one is in the same neighborhood as that. But this should be a pretty good snow in many spots. Let me show you how this unfolds. This is 7 a.m. Monday morning. Area of low pressure beginning to take shape in the northern Gulf of Mexico. Here we are 1 o'clock Monday afternoon. The low pressure south of the Florida Panhandle. And again, this is the GFS model. And here we are 7 p.m. Monday. By that point, the GFS showing some nice snows all up and down the mountains as this low begins to strengthen a little bit in North Florida. And here we are 1 a.m. Tuesday. The low begins to wrap up around the North Carolina Outer Banks. Still some snow flying on the back side of it as it is cranking on up the coast. And then here we are to 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And you have a lot of wraparound snows, very windy, cold conditions, and yes, there could be, if the GFS is right, some blizzard conditions with blowing snow, but just nothing like the snow amounts like we saw back in March of '93. And finally, notice still some snow showers even out to Wednesday. This is Wednesday at 1 p.m. Now that's the GFS's depiction. Let me show you a couple other models. This is the UK Met, one of the European computer models, and it is the strongest of all the modeling. It has a pretty strong low pressure near the Georgia-South Carolina border region at 7 o'clock in the evening Monday, and then bombs that low out into the New England states by 7 p.m. Tuesday. That would bring very significant snows to the mountains, more significant than what the GFS is showing. On the other hand, here is the European model, and it is much weaker with the low. It moves it from Florida as a 10-12 millibar low Monday evening to off the New England coast Tuesday evening, and at that point it's a pretty strong low, but it's been a gradual strengthening process as it moved up the coast. Now, no doubt that would still bring some snow to the mountains, but nothing like what the UK Met is showing. Like I mentioned, the UK Met is the strongest model. One more model to show you. This is the Canadian model, and what you're looking at here, there's your surface pressure, the surface low pressure area rather along the coast Monday evening. And here we are Tuesday morning, the low strengthening pretty good as it moves up through the New England coast, and that too would bring us some pretty good snow as that moves through. So my thoughts really unchanged from my previous video back on Wednesday. I think we're going to see a pretty decent snow event unfold for the mountains on up through anywhere from the North Carolina mountains to the mountains of the Virginias and western Maryland. How much snow is a big question mark, but it does look like a pretty good snow event is going to unfold for us Monday into Tuesday, and even snow showers continuing into Wednesday. And don't miss this. Behind this storm system, it's going to get very, very cold. It's going to be a big-time blast of cold air that settles in here Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably even into Thursday of next week. Very significant blast of Arctic air behind however much snow we see Monday into Tuesday. All right, that's it for this latest edition of the Skiers Forecast video. Everyone have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.